Cohort 10, Week 25. English for Vocational Purposes 2, Day 3. Review Unit 3. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to review the vocabulary, the grammar, structure, reading and listening activities of Unit 3. As we always do, we start our lesson with a daily safety talk. The safety talk of the week is slip hazards. Here we are going to discuss how to prevent slips, slip prevention. Practice good housekeeping to prevent slips in the workplace. Keep walkways and paths clear of water, snow, ice, oils, etc. to reduce slippery conditions. Place signage or barricades around the slippery conditions to alert personnel in the area until it can be cleaned up. Secure floor mats or other materials that need to be on the ground so they don't shift when individuals walk on them. Wear the proper footwear for the conditions. Footwear with good tread makes better contact with the walking surface, which leads to less of a chance of a slip. Take smaller steps or shuffles your feet when there are slippery conditions present that you can avoid. Taking larger steps can lead to your balance being thrown off, resulting in a slip. Vocabulary. What is a project? A project is something that you design, you operate, or you build, then you run. What can you see in the picture here? What kind of project is it? It's a factory, as you see. What can you see here? You can see a bank. What can you see in this project or this picture? It's a hospital because you can see the word emergency. What can you see here? This is an airport. You can see an airplane. What can you see here? This is a training center, and you can see the name of the training center. What can you see here? This is a building or a block of apartments. You can see here school. This school is private school. A private school, it means it doesn't belong to the government. It belongs to a company or a person. It belongs to individuals. This is the meaning of private sector. What can you see here? This is the NCTC. It's a training center. What's the name of the center? It's the NCTC. Who studies at NCTC? Of course, many trades or trainees who are going to work in the construction industry, including plumbers, pipe fitters, welders, and other trades. How many trades are there? There are 5 trades, as you know. Some of the trades which are there are safety officers, instrumentation officers, pipe fitters, as you know. Apprenticeship program, it means a training program. So your program now, what you are doing now, it's called apprenticeship program. It's a training program. You are getting some training to do something. This is called apprenticeship program. So how many apprentices can you see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, these are apprentices, trainees, people who are being trained. When you finish your course, your study at NCTC, you are a graduate. A graduate is a person who finishes studying in a place and get a certificate. After you finish your training, you go to the company and it will be your first step in the company. This is called the entry level. It's your entry level in your job. You are just entering the job. Entry level. Trades. Different jobs that people do. These are called trades. This is a circuit diagram. Electricians always work on circuit diagrams. A circuit is a wire which electricity runs in. Diagram is a design So this is a circuit diagram of a building. It tells us where the electricity enters the building and how it goes around this building. This is called a circuit diagram. These are called hand tools. They are tools that people use like pliers and maybe cutters, hand saws. All of these are called hand tools, tools that electricians use. They are called hand tools. They are used by hand. That's why they are called hand tools. Measuring instruments, measuring devices, instruments. Okay, these are measuring instruments and they are usually used to measure length, weight, pressure. So you can also measure the pressure of the air in a tank or something. You use a measuring instrument for pressure. You can also measure the voltage. This is a power cutting tool. It's a tool which uses electricity to cut steel or maybe a very hard material like wood, maybe also, and sometimes plastic. It's used to cut strong materials. That's why it's called power cutting tool. Dismantle is to make one thing into small pieces. So this is a phone, but it's a dismantled phone. You can see the front, the keyboard, the motherboard. You see here some cables and screen. All of these are called parts. So you can see the parts that make a phone. They are dismantled. Erect. Erect is to build. So you can erect a scaffold and you can also dismantle a scaffold. It means that you make the big scaffold into small pieces. Okay, let's do some matching here. Dismantle. Where is the picture for dismantle? You can use these equipments and devices to dismantle. Okay. Erect or build. To build is to make something be bigger and higher like this. Maintenance. This is the symbol of maintenance. Trades like instrumentation technicians, scaffolding, safety officers, and pipe fitters and electricians. All of these are trades. Measure, we usually use this to measure the length of places. A project, as we said before, is something that you start, you design, after that you build. Okay. Now you will have time to do the review material in worksheets in class with your teacher. Thank you so much. That was the end of today's presentation, and see you in the next presentation soon.